It continues to be a focus of Brooklyn Park City leaders, the second largest apartment complex in the state, Huntington Place. The owner of the 6-building complex says it's made progress after numerous complaints about a lack of repairs. The Brooklyn Park City Council recently got a progress report from Aon, the nonprofit owner of Huntington Place. According to Aon, all summer work orders requested by tenants should have been completed except for the ones in August. Aon says Huntington Place typically has as many as 600 work orders in a month. Also of concern is evictions related to lack of payment. Councilmember Winfred Russell, who represents the area, points to data showing Huntington continues to evict more people than most complexes in the state. Aon responded by saying that money it received to help tenants with rental assistance during the COVID-19 pandemic is running out and calls the rent situation a major societal problem.
It's an unfortunate reality in our communities that there are people, including folks at Huntington, who are in desperate circumstances and will not have those prospects. And we can't run the place unless we have the rent coming in. It just won't work.
Every week in August, police and residents of Huntington Place gathered to build community engagement. Reporter Sonia Goins shows us how and if it's making an impact.
Huntington Place apartment complex has had a lot of challenges over the last several years.
It's not unusual to see Brooklyn Park police at Huntington Place apartments. So far this year, there have been 12 shots fired incidents and 5 people hit by gunfire at the complex.
We took a really proactive approach and sat down and laid out a plan for how the police department was going to respond to the problems that we have in here. Feel free to hang out for a bit.
Officers are spending more time in the area this summer.
Make sure you stop and get some information.
Not for crime.
And there's free food.
But for community engagement reasons.
There it is. Perfect throw.
As part of a strategic plan, the police department has been holding weekly get-togethers with residents.
Come get some information right here next to the gazebo and some free food.
Getting to know each other better by doing fun activities.
All right, ready?
And conversing over a meal.
It's important to hold events like this so you can get to know your city leaders and as well as them get to know us as residents.
Tekoa Cochran is with the group The Village, which is made up of Huntington Place residents who help to organize the meetups.
We need each other as a community and we need to figure out ways how to work together, how to communicate better, understand each other.
Some residents say they are seeing positive changes.
Even just 4 months ago, we were scared to leave our apartment. Now we've started that community engagement. It's brought a positive impact.
It feels more like a community where we're talking to people, we're engaging, saying, hey, what do you mean?
Both residents and police say they hope to build trust and transparency.
There's a trust being built, and that's something that we just haven't had before.
There we go.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
In Brooklyn Park, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
Brooklyn Park police continue to investigate an unusual incident in which police say a man was held hostage and called for help on a nearby neighbor's roof. Police received a call early Wednesday from a homeowner who heard noises on his roof. Officers then found a man on the roof who said he'd been held hostage by people known to him at a home nearby. Police went to the home in the 8,000 block of Zane Avenue to investigate, but potential suspects had already left. Police say the alleged victim had duct tape around his legs and evidence of an assault. The investigation is ongoing. The Northwest home of Brooklyn Park is home to one of the largest radio-controlled model aeronautics clubs in the Midwest. It's a place where people of all ages can go to fly and occasionally crash small model airplanes. But as Delane Cleveland reports, questions remain about its future.
It's more than a hobby, it's a community.
On a large open field along Highway 169,
when you want the airplane to go up, you pull back on the stick, just like in a real airplane, okay?
Charlie Skalbach has found a second home.
Ready? Yep. Taking off.
At least 5 days a week.
Nice takeoff.
You'll find this former commercial airline pilot passing along his love of aviation using radio-controlled model airplanes.
We get a lot of kids right around the 9 to 12-year-old age that come out on Tuesday nights and just want to fly. And we don't charge them, it's all free. We use our own models, and if they crash them, we repair them.
Skalbach is vice president of the Grassfield RC Club. It's the largest such club in Minnesota with 156 members who come here to fly and teach others about the hobby.
Yeah, we love putting together models. We build models. A lot of guys build and then come out and fly them and then crash them and rebuild them again. But it's the camaraderie.
Of course, every pilot here
boom, You push down.
Has to learn a few lessons the hard way.
And this is called the walk of shame. Okay, come on.
Yet for a club that relies heavily on wide open airspace, it's the land below that could put the future of Grassfield RC in jeopardy.
It's very likely that within the year this will be turned into some type of a development.
The organization has leased this field since 1985, but Skalbeck says it's likely the landowner will sell the property to developers. Now he's begun the process of looking for an alternate site.
All we can do is try. We are going to work very hard, and it takes a lot of tenacity.
The same type of tenacity to get back in the air after taking a huge nosedive.
Part of the hobby, especially when you're learning.
In Brooklyn Park, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
The club has already been in contact with the city of Brooklyn Park to find a new site. They're also exploring options with Hennepin County and the Three Rivers Park District. Plymouth police and firefighters were guests of honor at a special barbecue on Wednesday.
They are just so fast, and they're always there for us as staff members and residents, and they're always on time.
It's just such a treat to be able to come and just enjoy each other's company and get to know each other on a different level and have those conversations that you can have when there's not some sort of emergency.
Staff members say it was like a slice of normalcy to get back to this annual barbecue that the Waters of Plymouth always held pre-pandemic. It was a special treat as well for some seniors who also served previously as firefighters or police officers.
The Hopkins football team struggled last fall, and they are hoping to be better this season. Here's Jay Wilcox with the season preview.
As the season opener nears, the Hopkins football team is eager to turn the page after a winless 2021 season.
I'm really excited to see. I think we got a lot of fast people. We got a lot of strong people. I'm ready to turn around and forget last season and make it better. I've noticed we have a lot of new guys out, a lot of young guys. A lot of them seem real eager to play. We're eager to learn and ball out. I think we have a new culture starting here. I really like what's going on.
I think we're just trying to uplift the guys. You know, it was a tough season, but we're trying to bring back that winning mentality with a bunch of good guys out here.
While the track at their stadium was being worked on, the Royals' early camp was moved to grass fields at West Junior High. It wasn't by design, but did have some benefits.
No, that's actually a really good point, because when you're at the high school, you got a ton of different sports going on, and now we're kind of isolated. We got our own thing going on. I used to go to school here, and so it's kind of brings back some memories and stuff.
Hopkins is thin in numbers, but will build around returners like offensive tackle Jai Kalvik, wide receiver safety Reese Vogley, and wide receiver linebacker Charlie Shaw. After a tough season a year ago, they're looking for progress this fall.
I think this year, start off by scoring a lot more and hopefully winning a few games this year. I think we can accomplish that.
We made some progress, and we continue to see a lot of fight in the young guys. Again, last year we played a varsity schedule with the majority of 10th graders on the team, so we had a lot of young guys that hadn't really had that experience yet. So now that we have that, we're just going to continue to build on that and continue to tweak little things and perfect things. And we made some changes offensively and defensively as far as the scheme that we're running.
The Hopkins guys are hoping this season is the foundation of a building program. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Thanks, Jay. The Royals have a tough opener at Prior Lake Thursday. The Brooklyn Center high school football team won 5 games a season ago. A team with good young talent will aim to better that this fall. Here's Jay Wilcox with more on the Centaurs.
Like with all teams, there's plenty of work to be done for Brooklyn Center heading into the season, but they like what they see so far.
Things have looked really good lately. I can say we always need work. Work is always a good thing to get. I feel as if we need to get our chemistry up, and when we do that, we're going to be a solid team.
Well, we're young, for sure. We graduated a handful of impactful seniors last year, but we've been blessed to where we had a lot of kids come out, so a lot of new faces, but very talented, working on making them football players.
The Centaurs are coming off a 5-4 season. They lost a few key players to graduation, but the young talent is there. Junior Deshaun Pongsack is back to lead the offense as a good dual-threat QB. Senior wide receiver defensive back Taviante Powell is a good one. Junior receiver DB Gabriel Morales is the fastest player on the team. Sophomore center Avell Ross Washington was co-lineman of the year in the Twin City Red sub-district last fall. Junior running back linebacker Byron Hawkins is a good one. They expect to be able to move the ball.
I think our strongest part of the team probably be our offense. Our running pass game is pretty good, pretty quick. We move the ball down the field.
The physical ability is there. For a young group, attention to detail is going to be key to get where they want to go by the end of the season.
I think it's to stay focused in what we need to do, what the coach is telling us, like be a coachable athlete, and it should be good. Get to our places on defense.
You got to stay at it. Whatever you want to do, you just stay at. Make sure whatever you want to do, I say, really just be focused.
Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Brooklyn Center opens the season against Minneapolis Edison Friday at 6 p.m. in the season opener, in a game you can see live on CCX1 and online at ccxmedia.org. That's all for sports. More CCX News after this.